Welcome to the ITFreeTraining video on the minimum requirements for Active Directory Federation services. Once you have finished watching this video, you will be ready to start installing Active Directory Federation services. To start, I will look at the common requirements for all versions. First of all, the server needs to be in the domain. Next, 3 certificates are required: SSL, token signing, and token decryption certificates. The SSL certificate will need to be created before the install. Since this certificate will need to be trusted by all clients, it is a good idea to use a third-party certificate authority if possible. If this is not possible and you are using an internal certificate hierarchy, ensure that the required certificates are trusted by your client. By default, a self-signed certificate will be created for token signing and token decryption. This is enough to start using Active Directory Federation services. However, you can change these certificates later on to use certificates from your certificate hierarchy. I will now have a look at the hardware and software requirements. If you are running Windows Server 2012, you will be running ADFS 2.1. If you are running Windows Server 2012 R2, you will be running ADFS 3.0. For the Operating System Edition, you are required to be running Foundation, Essentials, Standard, or Data Center. If you are running Windows Server 2012, ADFS 2.1 requires IIS to be installed. Version 3.0 does not require IIS. Besides this, there are no special requirements. The minimum requirements for hardware are quite low. For the CPU, a single-core 1 GHz CPU with 1 GB of RAM and 50 GB of free disk space will be enough. These are the minimum requirements. I personally would up the RAM to at least 2 GB for Windows Server 2012 R2. For Windows Server 2008 or Windows Server 2008 R2, the requirements are the same. You need to be running the Enterprise or Data Center editions of Windows Server. The install does also require IIS, ASP.NET 2.0, and .NET Framework 2.0 be installed. For the hardware requirements, you only need a 133 MHz CPU with 1 GB of RAM and 50 MB of free space. If you are running Windows Server 2003 R2, you require the Enterprise or Data Center edition. The additional components, like IIS, are still the same, and the RAM and CPU requirements have dropped. You can see that overall, the minimum requirements for Active Directory Federation services are quite low. That covers it for the basic requirements for Active Directory Federation services. In upcoming videos, I will look at how to install and configure ADFS. I look forward to seeing you in those videos. Until next time, thanks for watching.